This graph represents the average rainfall measured in inches for 4 major cities in the United States. The city of New York had the highest average rainfall with 47.25 inches, followed by Dallas with 33.70 inches. Honolulu saw average of 22.02 inches of rainfall, while the least amount of rainfall was seen recorded in Phoenix at 7.66 inches. In conclusion, New York City was the wettest with the highest average rainfall, while Phoenix was the driest city with the lowest average rainfall.
This image represents the world regions with their favorite sports. It is clear in the first glance that football is the most widely played sports in the world, followed by ice hockey, American football, table tennis, and cricket. Football is played in South America, Africa, Europe, Russia, and Asia, while cricket is favorite in India, Pakistan, and Australia. In China, people like to play table tennis. In conclusion, most popular game is football, while least popular gaming activity is skiing and archery.
This graph compares the total sales and cost of sales for the company during year 2004. The departments taken into consideration are groceries, toys, cars, hardware, and electronics. The highest total sales and cost of sales was for cars, followed by electronics. For groceries, hardware, and toys, the sales figures were under 4 million. In conclusion, the car production department is the most profitable, while the toy making department is the least profitable for this company.
This graph represents the proportion of trips made by different modes of transport in Sydney during year 2004. The highest trips were made using own vehicle at 72%. About 17% people chose to walk to their destination. Train, bus, and ferry was used by 10% of the people, and the least number of people used other modes of transport not mentioned in this graph. In conclusion, using own vehicle to commute is the most popular means of transport, and other means is the least favorite mode of transport among the residents of Sydney.
This graph represents the product sales figures in a year. In January, the sales figures were the highest with over $80,000 worth of product sales, while in the following months the sales figure drops dramatically. In the month of June, the sales figure touches the bottom with just $13,000 product sales before bouncing back again. From the month of July, the sales figure rises again. In November, it attains the height of the second quarter at $72,000. In conclusion, the company has made the highest profits during the beginning and the end of the year, while mid-year sales figures were less promising. This graph compares various shopping methods based on consumer satisfaction levels. The data is based on 500 responses received in terms of positive, negative, or neutral. Highest positive response was given when the shopping was done privately by friend or family, which is closely followed by local shopping. Supermarket and internet shopping comes third and fourth. Highest negative feedback was given for internet shopping, followed by supermarket shopping. In conclusion, private shopping by friend and family was the number one choice, while internet shopping was the least favorite shopping method.
This chart compares the employment statistics in Fredonia among men and women in 6 sectors during year 1975. Men were employed more in numbers than women in all 6 sectors, with largest gap in employment disparity was seen in manufacturing and banking sectors. The least number of women were employed by defense sector, while the highest were employed by non-defense sector. In communications sector, almost equal number of men and women were employed. In conclusion, during year 1975, more men were employed than women in Fredonia.
This line graph compares the changes in consumption of whole milk and low-fat milk in the United States between years 1950 to 2000. In year 1950, whole milk was the most favorite among the consumers, with over 120 liters milk was consumed per year, while low-fat milk was consumed less than 20 liters per person per year. The whole milk consumption declined while low-fat milk consumption increased dramatically. By year 2000, low-fat milk was consumed 60 liters while whole milk was consumed only about 30 liters per person per year. In conclusion, overall milk consumption slumped and low-fat milk became more popular among the residents of the USA. This line graph represents the annual average water levels at Lake Michigan or Lake Huron from year 1988 to 2006. During year 1988 the water level was 176.6 meters, which fell to 176.3 meters in year 1990. Subsequently the water level rose and attained a peak of 177 meters in year 1997 before falling dramatically to the lowest of 175.7 meters in years 2000 to 2003. In conclusion, the highest level of water was observed in year 1997 and lowest level in year 2003. This pie chart represents Kara's budget. Kara expects to spend about half of her money on her room rent. The food will cost her 20%, followed by clothing at 15%. About 10% of her budget is allocated for entertainment and 5% for other unspecified expenses. In conclusion, rent covers the most while entertainment and other expenses covers the least portion of Kara's budget.